After considering carefully the debacle of the horses situation and the owner of the horses, I can only come to the conclusion that the actions taken were in some respects very cruel, and in some respects can only seemingly be described as that of the actions that are similar to an unwarranted, hasty, vicious neutralizing of the animals, because you could see that those actions was not careful, neither considerate. And based on what I saw on Ride Along with an interview of a professional, they know better than I do, so I can only go based on what they have said. And their professional veterinarian said that there was alternative actions to save the lives of these horses and to administer treatment. So based on his professional assessment, again, I have to say that seemingly this was a rush to act. This was swift. This in some respects was cruel and can be likened to the actions of a very vicious and cold neutralizing or putting down of these animals. And what adds insult to injury, now, after all the loss that this gentleman has suffered, Mr. Rowan, they are trying to pursue legal action and possible incarceration of this young man. Now, if that is not cruel, then I don't know what is. So what I see here is possibly a play of intimidation, okay? It is signaling to anybody else that if you speak up too much, if you stand up too much for your rights, then guess what? You're gonna face possible legal action and incarceration. This is the start of something extremely dangerous. And once it gets started, it's like an avalanche that starts with a speck, starts very small, and at the bottom of the mountain, it turns into a big mass ball of snow, okay? So if you sit by idly and let this gentleman face the wrath, okay, of legal action, intimidation, and possible incarceration, then you have to understand that you are opening up the floodgates for more devious actions like that. You must band together and stick with this young man in his struggles in what I see as some possible tyranny. I want you to understand that people like me are old enough to know that we have seen these sort of actions before. Okay? That is why we are extremely worried. And when I draw parallels to the 79 to 83 period, it is not an accident. Okay? Because we have seen certain actions like this before. You must awaken, my fellow Grenadians. It is critical that you address these things while they start to grow. Because when they've grown and matured, there's no way you can put an end to it. So this is the time to confront these sort of situations. This is a time to deal with them, to nip them in the bud, and to let everyone know that Grenadians would not be taken for granted, that Grenadians would not be advantaged, and that Grenadians would not allow political intimidation. We've been through too much. So I urge you, remain sober and remain vigilant and stand your ground against victimization. It is quite obvious, after carefully considering all of this, that this seems to have overtones of political intimidation and may be politically motivated. Again, part of leadership is the ability to bring people together on contentious issues. Part of leadership is the ability to show compassion at the appropriate time. So, the leader of this current administration had an opportunity to show compassion, had an opportunity to say to the Grenadian people, look, this was a potentially harmful situation for the Grenadian people at large, and we regret that we had to make such a decisive decision to put down these horses. But the gentleman did not express it in that way. Instead, he expressed what he had to express in a sort of brutal manner. Now that sort of statement and speech doesn't bring people together, but instead it causes more division. So then probably that was the aim of the gentleman. But I had hoped that he would have been more responsible. And strangely and sadly, I see a pattern of behavior here, especially the last time around when the gentleman was talking about the young lady that suffered some victimization in the society, okay, and some of them had lost their lives. The gentleman was even cold and callous then. So some may wonder if the gentleman is capable of identifying with the hurt and the suffering of the regular Grenadian man and woman. And what is sad, I see some people who are in the cabal sect of the NDC. I see them reveling in the neutralization and putting down of those horses. Now, this is not something you revel in. We understand it might have been ultimately a difficult decision, but you don't revel in this. You don't look at this as, oh, it's some sort of political debate, and yeah, it was the right thing to do. Nobody gets joy in that sort of thing. It comes across as, sick in some sense. So my hope is that the people who are reveling in this will somehow reassess their behavior. In diesem Sinne, guten Tag.
Welcome to the front lines of empowerment with Hanovi Global Network. We aren't just creating content, we are sparking a global awakening. Our foundation is built on 3 unbreakable pillars: awareness, education, and liberation. It is time to unlock your ultimate potential and join a community that demands truth. Every message is designed to challenge the status quo. But to keep this powerful movement growing, we need your energy. And now there is a brand new way to proudly show your support. Introducing the exclusive Hanovi Global Network merch drop, brought to you in a powerful collaboration with Caribbean Issues. From crisp polos to bold caps and beanies, this is premium gear with a real purpose. Head over to the Caribbean Issues store today. Every single purchase you make directly supports our work on the network. Your style fuels our mission. Stand with us, grab your merch, and let's change the game together.
The highly anticipated Maroon Economics drop is officially live, and we need you to help us settle a debate. Both tees feature our exclusive cultural artwork, blending rich heritage with the fresh streetwear vibe. They both look incredible, but you have to make a choice. So, which one are you taking? The sleek black or the crisp white? Drop your choice in the comments below right now.